Welcome to Never Had a Bad Day, where I'm with Jason Kennedy, who's definitely never had a bad day.
Never in my life.
Bro, how are you, man?
I feel good. I have good days and I have bad days, but right now I feel in a happy place because I get to see you, man.
We're long overdue for a hangout, you know what I mean?
You've been coming a few times and then just been missing each other, missed encounters.
I know, missed encounters.
I don't know if you've ever seen those on Craigslist. I only went on one time, and I don't think anybody does that anymore, but the missed encounters, it was like, she was at UPS, she had brown hair, and she walked out, and I knew that was my wife, missed encounter, and then somehow you're hoping she sees the missed encounter.
No way.
Yeah.
Now it's like the current day version of that,
what is that? I don't even know.
It's so, if let's just say I saw somebody at a concert or something, but I didn't go meet them or whatever, but I got a picture or a video of them,
right,
which is even creepier. People will post it on TikTok and be like, TikTok, do your thing.
Find this person. I've seen those.
Yes.
And a lot of times it happens. It works.
Yeah, which is terrifying. But that would be, I think, the modern day version of that.
That's nuts. Because imagine if you are randomly scrolling. Do I need to go here, by the way?
Yeah. I was about to tell you that, but
sorry, I've never
you're in entertainment, you know what I mean?
Do you have like a helmet and a piece of tape?
I know your arms are going to get sore.
Imagine if you're randomly scrolling through TikTok and then you see like the back of your head at a concert having a good time and some creepazoid that's how people are meeting these days? I tell you, these kids out there. When my kids get older, I'm getting nervous already.
No, yeah. So you have a 3 and a 2-year-old, right?
Yeah, my daughter Poppy's 2 and my son River's 3. He turns 4 in about a month. We're planning the birthday party out.
Of course.
Maybe going to do Disney. I don't want to get into the details.
No. We don't have to do that. 3 and a 2-year-old. Poppy is such an incredible name. Where did that come from?
That's all my wife, man.
Really?
Before we decided to have kids, she had a whole thing of notes in her phone. And it was like, I think we kind of could go with these, and then for a boy we could do this or this. And I said, okay, whatever you want, honey. And we
happy
ended
wife,
up with,
happy life.
Yeah, right. We ended up with Poppy Ford Kennedy and River Rhodes Kennedy.
They're gonna be legends.
They already are, man.
With that type of name.
I every single day as they get older. And sometimes people just say, maybe you hear parents say this, and if you don't have kids, like, it doesn't make sense. But you will know and you will see this first and foremost. Like, as it's happening, as they get older, you have like a buddy by your side or your little princess by your side, and they're hanging with you now. So it's not like they're silent. You're just holding their hand. Like, I get to hang out. My son recently has discovered music, and we got him a Michael Jackson. Like a little Amazon costume, and at 6:48 every morning he somehow has that like sparkly jacket on. He comes in, he's like, put on Billie Jean, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, dude, I'm so tired, I just woke up. Give me 10.
Right.
And he already wants the Billie Jean on, and boom, he is like
no
so we started kind of like a car seat karaoke.
I saw
and we've been doing it every morning. So I have a homie with me, and it's great. Parenting is very hard, but it's also unbelievably phenomenal.
Yeah, if you haven't checked that out, go to his IG, because those are some of the best videos, some of the best content you'll consume of all time. And I got to meet this guy, man. I still haven't
He'll be home. My wife is picking him up at 3. So according to my estimations, you're probably going to catch the tail end of a River sighting, and Poppy's sleeping right now. So you'll meet her after this for sure.
Beautiful. I can't wait. When you sent me the video of him dancing to Michael Jackson, I was like, this is unbelievable, dude.
It's cool to see them as they discover new things.
Right.
But then at the same time, they also really like things their own way. So you have to, the hardest thing that I am learning every single day right now is don't let my daughter's, she's princess stage right now.
Yeah,
my son wants everything his own way.
Right.
So I want to stay up late. I don't want to go to bed. I don't want to eat this. I don't want to do this. I want to do this. So I have fallen victim of allowing a 3-year-old boy to affect my day, where it kind of throws me and it deregulates me. Dysregulates, deregulates. I don't know the word, but I'm unregulated. And my wife doesn't get unregulated. And that to me is a little crazy in a great way. I envy that she's like, so what you're saying is you want this, but I want that. I don't go into the situation like that. I
No.
go and I go, hey, unfortunately, I'm going to have to take some of these toys away if you don't do this, this, and this.
Right.
Some parenting folks and scholars like that. Others say that's horrendous parenting. So I'm just trying to figure out every day how to pull this thing off.
Dude, that's incredible. How do you think, like, how do you feel like from the moment, I guess, you had River, like, what were some of the things that, like, changed for you in a positive way? Because I hear a lot of people say when they have kids, I obviously don't, but I feel like a lot of people say, like, it changed my world, like, I view the world differently, never knew I could love somebody like that. The way I even view God maybe changed or whatever. What were kind of like some of your thoughts when he was born?
I view people differently.
Really?
Yeah. So even I remember the first time I met you, and it's not even a super deep thing, but it may come off as that. But I saw you discussing, you were doing a podcast before this, and I could tell your heart and desire was to still do this. This is where you feel like you thrive. So then I start thinking about when I was younger and how I got into broadcasting, and I built my own studio and I had all this equipment and I was doing it. And then when I was having that conversation with you, I'm like, oh my gosh, he reminds me of me. And then it kind of reminds me of River. And I want to make sure that River has the resources he needs to, maybe he wants to pursue music, or maybe this is a little phase, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So you start like seeing people as like their younger versions, or as like not even just young excuse me, not even as just like young adults, but almost kids, like, and you have like a heart for them. So it's so easy to get caught up in the minutia. I was scrolling through something today, and I have no idea, so I can't properly credit who it was, but it was just someone, as you get older, whether you're frustrated with a friend or you feel like you're in some stupid little argument with your spouse or whatever, like, start seeing them as who they were when they were younger.
Yeah.
And it really helps. You have grace for those human beings. And you're like, hey, they're just struggling like me. How did they grow up? How were they raised? So I start seeing people as like a smaller version of them. And it just helps me love them more.
Right.
So that would be the first thing. And then, man, it's so crazy because you could be excited for them getting to bed. It's like, okay, 6 o'clock, 6:30, whatever time it is. Like, I got to get them down. I'm gassed. I'm tired. I've had a long day. And as soon as they're down, like 10 minutes later, no joke, I go back in the room and I just stare at my son.
No way.
And my daughter, if you open the door, she'll wake up. So I'm not doing that yet. But he likes his door open with like 900 lights on. And I'll just go and I'll stare at him. And I just am blown away at the fact that I have kids, that I'm actually doing this, that I can handle it.
Right.
And you see, he's my mini, she's, a mini version of my wife. So it's amazing. Your heart is ripped open in the best possible way.
Yeah.
So I feel, I don't know, empathy in different ways. I feel like a deep, deep love. And I don't get worked up if there's any sort of, fight with people, or if something maybe in the old days would tick me off about other humans or whatever. I'm just kind of like a lot more graceful. That would be the good side of it for sure.
Right. So share the bad side. I'm just kidding.
How much time do you have?
Right. No, that's beautiful. I love it. I've actually never heard anybody say that, but that's so true.
Thanks, man.
And back to what you're saying too, just to honor you. It's such a serious word, but I remember, that was just in June, I guess, of last year.
Miami
when we met.
at Rich's house.
Yep, at Pastor Rich's house. Shout out Pastor Rich.
My best friend since the 10th grade.
He's a good man. Yeah, you guys go way back, man.
Met in detention.
That sounds about right.
He blew through that door. Is this detention? I was like, yes, it is. And he threw his JanSport down. I think I was there because I didn't tuck my shirt tail in. Stupid stuff, right?
Right.
Like, give me a break. You're putting kids in detention. Like, that is a win these days in 2026.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know, I was like, this guy's funny. I like this guy. And then we went and got a sub at, I believe it was called Big Mouth Subs in Fort Lauderdale. It's no longer there because nothing is around anymore.
It's true.
And then he hit me with the craziest question ever. He's like, I believe I've left my car keys somewhere. Can you drive me home? And I was like, okay, yeah, like maybe 5 minutes away. Where are you at? He goes, Miami. Well, for the record, we live in Fort Lauderdale and go to school in Fort Lauderdale. That could be an hour.
Right.
In rush hour, what are we talking? No one says, can you drop me at my house? That, like, why don't we go to Orlando while we're at it? So that's how I met Rich, and we've been best friends ever since.
Unbelievable. Did he actually lose his keys?
It's a great, I've never asked him that question. Maybe he just wanted to get to know me more and be best buds.
Right.
I wish he would have accidentally put him in, like a side zipper in his JanSport.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure he did. And then we got that sorted, and he had a red Ford Explorer with probably 94 stickers on the back that said like MXPX and all the other things. Do you even know what MXPX is?
Not a clue.
Yeah. It would be a ska band, if you will.
Ska?
Yeah, like emo.
Oh, okay.
Like,
yeah.
have you heard of Warped Tour?
Of course I have.
Okay, so that kind of genre, if you will.
Got
Dashboard
it.
Confessionals.
Oh, yeah.
Blink 182.
Absolutely.
Don't age myself. I'm going to put my feet like this. If my
Please.
feet are dirty, deal with it.
Yeah, deal with it. That's crazy, dude.
That's where we met, yeah.
How old were you?
10th grade. So
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
16.
So I actually was a senior and he was in 11th grade. So that would be the accurate time, right around that time, yeah.
And then it was just raps ever since.
Literally, I can't imagine my life without him because I've met so many people, and to this day, still meeting people through Rich, and I don't have enough nice things to say about.
That's true.
Say about him.
Are you choking up right now?
No, I'm not. I have been floored the last 3 days by the allergies, and we just moved.
Oh.
And I wake up with a horrendous headache. I feel like, I'm sick today. I'm not sick. I've been coughing, and you can remove this from the episode if you want, but I just am like struggling. My eyes, everything. Are you not affected? I mean, you just got here 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I literally just got here. But I did notice, like, even on the car I'm driving, it's just
the
covered in pollen.
Yeah.
I didn't know you guys had that out here.
It's beautiful, but I'm trying to get my body acclimated.
Right.
There's a routine to it. I just have a Stanley.
Yep.
Like I'm a 38-year-old woman in Shreveport. Or is it more like 30A?
30A. I'm going there next week, actually.
Jealous. One of my favorite spots.
Oh, bro. It's
Alice
like a little
Beach
hidden
in the house.
Oh, bro.
You understand.
It's a little hidden gem, man. We can't talk about it too much. Yeah, you're in Malibu, which, my God, this place is beautiful. It's no Coconut Grove, but I'm just kidding.
Dude, I miss it. We really wanted to when we were down there and got to, meet for a little bit at Rich's house. I've been trying to convince my wife to move to Miami, and it's just not happening. And I feel like this is the next best thing.
Yeah.
And over the past few months that we've been here, I think 2 technically, we feel kind of like we're finding our routine. It was a little rough, a lot of unexpected things as you move and have to deal with some challenges, but I feel like we're finding our footing.
Yeah.
But Miami has a special place in my heart, and I'm very thankful for, Rich and Vu and that family down there, and getting to meet you, man. It was cool to chat with you early on and see your heart for all this. You do a great job with it.
Bro, I appreciate that, man. And I mean, it's because of you and a lot of other people. I mean, you explained a little bit about our conversation and when we first met, but I mean, yeah, like I felt the same thing. I mean, we left that hang, and I texted you, and I was like, bro, I don't know why, but dude, I just feel like I need your help, man. And you were so down and gracious to help. And I remember when I was like at Elevation trying to figure out whether to resign or whatever, how am I gonna full send this podcast? We hopped on FaceTime, and I think you were getting like hair and makeup done for something. You were in like
I think it was just a Saturday.
What? No way, dude. Unless you have a powder station in your crib.
No, it was probably a work thing.
And just process some stuff and whatever, and that kind of stuff to me like means the world, bro. Because it's it's scary, you know, being a part of something so established and feeling like if you walk away from that, then you're kind of like screwed in a sense of like, oh man, like I have no team, I have no resources, I don't have this big name behind me. And so all that to say, I'm just thankful for our friendship and you believing in me, because that kind of helped me take that leap of faith. And
dude, I'm proud of you for doing it. You clearly have a gift. You came in here as a one-man band, and it's first off, you have to know how to set all this stuff up. You have to know how to drive an interview. You have to know how to be charming. All of those things are in your basket, you know. So it's kind of like a win-win. And I'd be sad for you if you didn't do this, because nothing makes me happier in life when people are actually doing what they're supposed to be doing and they're like fulfilling their dream. And when it comes to communicating or podcasts or interviews, that is a soft spot in my heart, because I had so many people that, like, the names are flooding into my head right now as I say it, who helped me. I would take cabs to local news scenes in very dangerous neighborhoods in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Florida. We didn't even have podcasts back then. We didn't even have YouTube back then. So we just put it on VHS tapes, and I have thousands to this day in my mom's, garage that she'll burn on a DVD. And I'm like, now I need a DVD player, Mom. Yeah, we don't even have those anymore. But I'll watch those reports back, and the local, reporters would come in. And one time, Brian Andrews was one of the guys that I looked up to, and he was like, let me put this here. You need a coat. You need to be a little more professional. So he let me use this coat. And then another guy was like, come by the studio and just take a tour. And that was the first time the sportscaster, Jim Barry, who's still down there in Miami, had me come on the set. And he's like, do you want to be on live TV for a minute? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I just went home and I built a studio, and it turned into, no joke, 14 televisions, green screen, four cameras, switchers, lighting. I had to get a extra circuit breaker. My dad was in construction. He built me a news desk. It was a working studio, and I bought a massive antenna that I didn't tell anybody about and put it in the backyard. I think I paid a handyman. Like, what money are we talking? I don't even know how I did that. And I listened to the police scanner be like, there's a murder in Southwest Dade. So I take a cab because I wasn't even 16. So I just remember when I would arrive on the scene, all that to say, so many people helped me along the way, and my friend who wanted to do it as well. And we just felt like we could do anything because they were on our side and they believed in us. So when I see that, I'm like, I want to do the exact same thing if people come into my world. So when I saw you, I was like, oh, bro, I'm helping this guy. I like this guy, and I'm helping him. Done.
Bro.
Easy.
That is crazy. That's a wild thing. I just realized I'm in a wife beater, dude. Do I look like a D-bag right now?
Not at all. If you can pull it off,
dude.
If I wore that, if I put that on right now, it'd be great television. But it's absurd for me to wear. For you,
right?
I think it's fantastic.
You think it's cool. I might put this hoodie on though. I am getting a little cold.
Yeah. I thought they were calling them tank tops now in 2026.
Oh yeah, sorry. I used the not politically correct term there.
It's fine.
Also, sure. If you gotta, get a kid or something.
No. I check in to make sure.
Yeah.
Don't worry, someone's down there. I promise.
Somebody's taking care of the kid.
Someone made fun of me. I was drinking the Stanley. I already made a Stanley joke, but Is that in your generation the idea of me with a white Stanley just kind of sipping on it all day? Is that? How do you view that?
I don't think anything of it. But
okay, so I'm just being insecure.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
I would say I was born in 97.
Whew.
So I'm the last.
Crazy.
The first year of Gen Z. So I made the cut by 1 year. So I'm not a millennial by 1 year. So I even get a little bit disconnected from what the kids are into.
Yeah, but you guys know all the terms. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, have you heard of mogging or anything like that?
Yeah, ask me a couple questions and I'll tell you if I actually know. So mogging, I believe, is that when you know you're good looking and you're in an environment and you're just kind of really putting it out there?
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
Well, yeah, it would be if you're good looking, you got, great physique, great jaw. and you like stand next to somebody who maybe is not like
Doesn't
that.
have the best physique.
Yeah, and you're mogging them.
So right
You know
now,
what I mean?
you're actually mogging.
No, not at all, dude. You're like 4 inches taller than me, and you look amazing,
I'm a
man.
44-year-old with a dad bod, and you're over here literally in a white tank top, tan with tattoos and a jawline. You're mogging. Is that max? What is that?
Oh, yeah.
What
so
is that one?
Looks maxing.
Looks maxing.
Yeah, looks maxing is essentially going to the most extreme means necessary to become better looking.
Oh, yeah.
So that's always been around.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're in the right place to talk about it for sure. But it starts. So the guy who kind of like made it popular on social media, his name is Clavicular.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Okay, so you've seen this guy.
It makes me sad, by the way.
Oh yeah, I don't even want to get into all that because it is actually a horrible message that he's sending to all these young kids who are watching him. Anyway, he's the one who kind of made that popular, but he like smashes his cheeks with like a hammer and like
Beg your pardon?
yes, dude, it's called bone smashing.
What in the world are we talking about?
Dude, that's what's
Wait,
going on.
you take a hammer and you smash your jaw?
You smash your like cheekbones right here.
Have you done that? You could tell me.
Can I be honest with you? I'm just kidding. How do you think I got this jawline, man?
How do you do that without causing what we call in the industry is damage?
Yeah, in the industry term. You know, it's not like you're not sitting there like breaking the skin.
Okay.
It's just like
Just
tapping.
little hits.
Yeah. And his science behind it all is like you're creating like micro fractures that form back when they heal stronger, and it's giving you a stronger.
So
what do you think about that?
That sounds absolutely absurd. Do you feel like that is kind of and if you look at that guy we were just talking about, he has a big following. So is that
huge?
Is that because
I mean, he's going on like major like news stations and like.
Why is your generation, maybe not yours, but a year removed from yours, what is it? You're in that world more than I am. What is it about that?
So his whole thing, which I think we saw this a little bit before his time with the whole kind of like fitness influencer kind of rising, where maybe a lot of them were kind of glorifying hopping on like steroids and like super young getting massive, you know what I mean, jacked. And then this maybe seems like kind of the next evolution, but I think it all goes back to, and the guy we're talking about, Clavicular, what he would say is like, you are going to get more opportunities in life if you look better. So that's like his whole thing. He's like, you'll get more girls, you'll get more, opportunity. You won't be looked over if you look good. So basically, at any means necessary, transform yourself into, a looks maxer.
See, and my generation would be like, are you putting the hard work in? Are you building the studio in your house?
Right.
Are you going to the news scenes? This is just in my actual industry.
Right.
But, whatever it is that you do out there, like, are you putting in the 10,000 hours?
Yep.
And now this guy is just simply saying, if you have a solid jawline, yes, you probably will get more girls. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But is that, the right type of girls? Don't make me start sounding like a parent, JT. That is crazy. I feel. Do you feel like that there's going to be kind of like an overcorrection, and we're going to kind of get back to more normalcy with your generation, so that when my son and daughter are of age, they are not going to be completely tail spinning?
You know what? I think that right now, I feel like what I'm seeing at least is like, you have this whole thing that we're talking about, but you also have this really beautiful thing going on amongst, the younger generation or whatever, of like a lot of them really, really can see through the smoke and lights, and they just want authenticity. So I think, like, at least in like the, church scene or whatever, I think I'm seeing a lot of that where it's like, dude, we don't actually even really want to be like impressed by anything. We just want like solid community and like somebody teaching us.
That makes me feel very happy.
Yeah. So I think that it was crazy, dude. When I Ubered from the airport last night, had this amazing driver. His name's Peter. Shout out Peter if you're watching this.
Love you, Pete.
We love you, and hopefully I tipped you enough because you're the man. He took me to In-N-Out, bro. He sat there while I went in and ordered.
And that's, the ticker's going, right?
The ticker's going, bro.
Because In-N-Out, usually there's about 23 cars you
And
gotta get
dude,
through.
I was like, bro, I think it'd be faster if I just went inside. And he was like, okay. So he parked, waited in the car for me to go in, get it. And then
There's good people out there.
No, there is, bro. There's hope for humanity for sure. But he ended up being a Christian, and like we had a great conversation. So love you, bro. But yeah, we were kind of talking about this too last night. But yeah, I think that would be like what I'm seeing on like the positive side. So yeah, there is a lot of this crazy stuff where people are really looking up to these like streamers who are not portraying like a great lifestyle or message, but there's also a ton of kids who are just like hungry for real and like authentic and Jesus and
Yeah, I definitely see that movement, and that warms my heart. Makes me so happy.
For sure, man. And my hope too is like the whole reason I even got into like content in general back with Elevation and stuff too was because I wanted like the 16-year-old guy to not want to watch that stuff and give them an alternative. You know what I mean? One of my friends texted me the other day and was like, she has a 14-year-old brother, and one of my shorts popped up on his YouTube or whatever, and that is like makes me happy because that's kind of like
Your pants?
No, not my shorts, not what you wear.
Oh, got it.
YouTube shorts.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah. It's this new thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that would be like my hope, and then hopefully by the time your kids are of age to do whatever they're gonna do, they have plenty of opportunity, to, I don't know, that we've sort of maybe paved the trail to where we're not being so influenced by the world in our creation of whatever it might be, music or content or whatever, but the world is actually learning from us, and more people are coming to Jesus, and there's a ton of amazing content out there with whatever you want to watch that's, being created by people who love Jesus. So
I agree, bro. I was just in Nashville 2 weeks ago promoting a film, I Can Only Imagine 2, in theaters right now.
Which that guy was awesome. We hung out with him too.
Yeah.
Andy is his name?
Andy Irwin.
Yeah.
Great guy. That's right. He came to Rich's house.
Yep.
But I got to meet a lot of whatever your thoughts are on Christian influencers. A lot of influencers, whether they're considered Christian influencers or just putting great content out there.
Right.
I was really impressed and thankful for them, and got to just see a different side of content, how it's made, and spent a day on a bus together, and you're doing good work, man. All you guys, not even putting you in the box of what they're doing, but I just think your heart is in the right place. I love your intentions. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing, so I root for you.
Thank you, man. That means the world, for real. I think I'm very, very hopeful. I'm naturally optimistic, obviously, by the title of my podcast. Never had a bad day, but
it's a great title, although I've had a few recently.
So I want to go back a little bit to when you were, and also too, I don't want to keep you too long.
No, you're good, bro.
It's 2:40 right now.
You were good.
But I oftentimes I catch myself, and I know a lot of people fall in the bucket of like, if you're following Christ, obviously, you want to please him with what you do with your life. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of times we can get, especially in that high school, going to college, whatever, those years where you kind of start having to make some decisions, things like that, it's like it almost can be a bit overwhelming of like, oh, God's will, and like I don't know what I'm supposed to do, and like, you know, Jason is like, he felt like he fell into his calling from such an early age. Like I don't feel like I have that. Maybe take us back to like how, or did you even know like, oh yeah, this is like what God wants for my life and for me to do?
Yeah, I don't know if it was an actual moment and if I was even in the mindset when I was younger of, I think this is what God wants me to do. It was more of it just felt right. So maybe looking back as an adult, you just know that this is all falling into place. But as soon as I left that studio, Channel 7 in Miami, it was a tour. It was a birthday party. I think I was 12 years old. My buddy was like, come down, we're going to tour the studio. And as soon as I went home and started actually building out the studio, then I was in high school and we didn't have a program at my high school. So I started working on a local sports station and I was like, this content, we didn't even call it content back then. I was like, this is so boring. I was like, why don't I just get a Dolphins press pass and during my lunch as a 10th grader drive to Davie, Florida, 45 minutes away, and interview Dan Marino and all the players, and then like I'll do a broadcast on your show just to give some color and context instead of just having 4 analysts up there just like talking back and forth. Like, let me be the guy. So they let me do that. And then in college, I went to University of Miami. Let me do this football show. Let me do this daytime show. Like, always wanted to be creating. So it just was happening for me, and I had this confidence when Ben, this is a family show. You cannot be doing that. I'm so sorry. Jeez. Literally on camera.
Literally, we're live right now, Ben.
Can't be doing that. Licking the jewels. All right, so what I was trying to say, JT, before I was rudely interrupted, but he's got allergies too. He's like his dad. Okay. Is I went to, I think in college, I knew I was supposed to go to LA. And I remember when I was interning in Miami, there was another sportscaster who will remain nameless. And I was like, I think I want to go into entertainment news. He's like, oh, I tried that. I went out to LA, did the LA thing. And he was so dismissive about it. And I was like, well, I'm not going to be discouraged here because I feel like I'm supposed to go to LA. And as soon as I made that decision, I started working at the mall, folding jeans at Diesel.
No way. Diesel's popping now. Again.
Dude, is it back? Is it a thing? Because it was not cool for a while.
No,
it was cool, uncool. It's back. It's cool
again.
Jeez, are they wrinkling the jeans, or is that unbelievably stupid?
I don't know if they are. No, I don't think they are. But everything comes back around.
Yeah, for sure. I had to wrinkle the jeans. I'd spray them with a little water. And then my boss would come over, the manager, and say, "You're not wrinkling them properly." And in my head, I wanted to be upset with him. And I probably was. And I wanted to say comments like, "Well, I'm only here for a little bit because I got my dream." So I would just keep, on my lunch break at the cafeteria in LA at the the Beverly Center. I would go on auditions and just wait to get, the gig. And finally E! News came calling in 2005 when you were 7. And I was off to the races. But I knew leading up to that, to answer your question, it was never a question of if it was going to happen for me, it was when. Yeah. And you can call that confidence, you can call that whatever, but for me, I just knew,
destiny.
Yeah, whatever, man. Like I knew I was out here for a reason. I knew God placed me in LA. I knew I was supposed to be there. You couldn't tell me otherwise. This is where I'm supposed to be, and I still feel that to this day. Even when, for the first time in 20 years, do we go to Florida? All our friends are leaving LA for a multitude of reasons. The industry is in a huge shift. Show that I was just a part of. As a contributor, just announced after 30 years, it's done. I had a 20-year run on E! That was on the air for 34 years. That's done now. It's not that my time, like the shows are done because of social media. Yeah. So I still to this day have those moments of like, God, my new prayer has always been, it's not new, it's been for the past, little bit now, is like, close the door. I do not want to waste my time right now.
Yeah.
Open the door, make it unbelievably clear. Even if I'm dying to do this project or whatever it is, just please close it immediately. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to get my hopes up.
Yeah.
I don't want to put unnecessary energy into it. I just kind of like my bandwidth's a little short right now.
Right.
So can you just close the door? And that's kind of how it is for me now. And every day is continually a journey. Even after you feel like you've put the time in, I still feel like I can be, I feel like an intern sometimes now.
Yeah.
Because the business is changing, content's changing. I've had to switch it up, and it's been great and hard and all the things. But I do know that I have absolute complete peace. This is where God has me right now. But that doesn't mean there won't be some tough days in the middle of it, despite the name of your show.
Yeah. It's just because, we have hard days doesn't mean they have to be bad, It can be learning experiences.
Help me, bro. I'm here for a reason. I one thing I've known, I can learn from people older, same age, and younger.
Yep.
So if you have some wisdom, let me know.
No.
I know you do.
I just think, just in the thought of like the will of God, I guess, for your life. I mean, you're so right where it's like hindsight's 20/20, right? It's like, of course, when you look back, it's like, okay, God was, molding me and shaping me, and, I was following this thread, and he's obviously put this passion in my heart. I think for me, it's like the older I get, not that I'm old, but I really want to please him in everything that I do. And it seems like when you approach it with that heart posture, he's obviously going to take care of you. You know what I mean? And there's a couple verses in 1 Thessalonians 5, and this is just kind of like what I've been going back to, where it's like, man, I don't know what the future of this podcast is. Like, I don't know where it's going to go. I know that the Lord wanted me to do it through prayer and like just his leading. But on the days where I'm kind of just like spun out a bit, like, I'm not making any money off this thing. Like, I have doubts sometimes. It's like the verse says, rejoice always, pray without ceasing. In all circumstances, give thanks. For this is God's will in Christ Jesus for you. And so I'm like, okay, so maybe he's not going to tell me exactly what I need to be doing, but the scripture's clear that his will for my life is to rejoice always, pray without ceasing, and in all circumstances, give thanks. And so those things I can try and do. You know what I mean? And I feel like when that's your heart posture and you're open, like he's going to open the doors he wants you to walk through, and he's going to close the ones he doesn't. And he'll make it known, and you just keep being faithful, keep showing up. That's not an excuse to not work hard either. I think we can fall into that trap sometimes as well, of like, oh, well, I'm just going to sit here and wait on the Lord. It's like, no, he's not calling you to passivity by any means, because I'm going to, until he tells me not to, I'm going to keep flying out to places and come set up these cameras and turn these puppies on and keep ripping the pods. You know what I mean?
You got to, bro. You kidding?
But man, it's just, it's so cool because I've met people like you, and now we're sitting here at your house in Malibu and chopping it up. And this isn't even really a podcast. This is us just having a conversation how we normally would, really. But yeah, I think kind of it's cool to see you kind of reflect on that, because it alleviates me of like thinking I have to have it all figured out. And I think that's helpful for a lot of people. But
thank you for that reminder, for real. Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Absolutely. And I think
that
too, maybe right now, because I feel like we were kind of going through kind of similar situations at the same time, of kind of like, oh wow, like what we've been a part of for a little while is, kind of coming to an end. How do you...
Allergies?
Yeah, allergies. I've actually just choked on my own spit.
I mean, give me that too.
How do you feel like, so when you're a part of something for so long, and obviously like this is your lane, and you get hit with the news like, oh yeah, this is over. Where do you kind of like go from there?
Honestly, man, it was very easy for me.
Really?
I'm kidding. It was the hardest thing I've ever gone through in my life.
Whoa.
Facts. Very hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. It was hard. Yeah. Because every day you're doing the same thing. Sometimes it could be monotonous, but every day usually was different. Because it's like, get on a plane, do this. Okay, great. New York, boom. Hey, we need you to cover this celebrity sadly passed away. Pack your bag. It's probably going to be 2 or 3 days. Next thing you know, I'm gone a month. I'm in the Bahamas. Anna Nicole Smith. There's some sort of a debate on who is the father of her child. So you have to go down to the Bahamas, and then there's going to be a court hearing, and it's like, great. And then, the Today Show needs you to do this, and to do that. And it's just like nonstop.
Right.
Felt like I was thriving. There's nerves. There's an energy that is like, after a great interview, after an award shows at the Oscars, Emmys, all the things, hardest thing ever. 2 weeks of research, live TV for 3 hours, people waiting for you to make a mistake. Try remembering 5 questions for each person, a different movie, a different film, a different TV show. People in your ear, 6 seconds, 4, throw to break, wrap up the question, come right back, read the teleprompter. Hard work, really hard.
Jeez.
And that's like not to gas up what we do, but it's like some of the stuff is actually really hard.
Yeah.
And it takes real talent. That was your Celsius. You
Yeah.
gotta stop drinking those, by the way.
I did.
They're
I
not
took a
good for you.
2-week break.
2 weeks?
Yeah, but I was on the way here and I was like, dang, I need one.
I'll put you onto something else.
Yeah.
So one day, COVID comes around, and our E-News was winding down, and they gave him my dream show called In the Room. And I led with a guy named Tom Brady before Tom was doing a lot of stuff on social. Before he had just done like an interview with Oprah like a year prior, but he wasn't doing a ton of interviews. So I got Tom to say yes, follow him around in Boston. And then I got the Kourtney Kardashian to do an interview drinking matcha lattes in her bed. And we talked about, I wasn't even a parent yet at the time. We talked about parenting. And then I got Gordon Ramsay, and we're in the bayou in Louisiana making crawfish together on a boat, and just like dream situations. Chip and Joanna Gaines in Waco, Texas, when they were the cats meow, right?
Yeah.
Still are, but back then, like what they did in Waco in the silos. So like I'm living my dream.
Yeah.
And then boom, COVID hits. They're like, you can't meet in person, you can't travel. It's over. And I'm like, oh man, that's crazy. I've been doing this not 20 years. I've been doing this since I was 12. So do the math. My whole life. So my identity was deeply wrapped in what I did. And I think I still, after 5 years, and since then I've done other shows and other things, but
Right.
the routine is still not what it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's still hard, really hard. So I think my wife is an absolute angel, because she dealt with a lot.
Meaning you?
A lot of moods, yeah. But I didn't know anything other than what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, friends will continue to go through it and are going through it in the business as well as it changes. And I have deep empathy for them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard when the phone doesn't ring for a little bit. Am I still good? Was that just my time? Am I like an athlete? Okay, I'm retired now. Well, I actually still have to make money. So what do I do here?
Right.
Okay. So I just put myself out there and started consulting and started dreaming bigger, and even got into real estate and started doing things when I knew it was all going to come back around. I didn't know what it was going to look like, but that knowing inside of God, like, I got you placed.
Yeah.
It's not if, but when. But do these things in the meantime and thrive there. And now I feel like we're cooking again. in a great way, but
Heck yeah.
that doesn't mean that there's still residual hurt and pain, and
Right.
yeah, it's a lot. It was hard.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, yeah, I feel like when we do get so like, cause I my time has not been that crazy, but I understand the fact of like travel and busyness, and
Yeah.
especially in what you were doing, it's like boom, 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 and then you know that stops, and it's like holy crap, I sit here for 30 seconds with myself and my whole world is shattered, you know. It's like who am I? So I definitely feel that, but I think that's beautiful, like just keeping that mindset of like God has placed me here, like nothing changes here, you know what I mean, with me and him. Just might look different, but I feel like in that same time period, like obviously you got blessed with 2 kids and like some amazing stuff.
And how quickly I forget, like, the greatest things that ever happened to me, my children happen in the middle of that, but yet sometimes you're still focused on the next thing and what I'm so you lose perspective, and then you get it, and then you lose it again, so it was kind of like this cycle that you can take some time to work through. And I
Right.
can't imagine not having my kids through that, because that really helped. And honestly, no joke, my dog, I got him the day before COVID or the week before, something like that. And this guy is my guy, He's my
Benny,
third
baby.
child. He's our firstborn, we call him.
Yeah, firstborn.
So just thankful for, just thankful for kind of finding a rhythm again. But I know it's hard, man. There's a lot of people, whether you're in the entertainment industry or not, if you left LA, lived in LA, never lived in LA, they're just, trying to find work, trying to find a job, trying to make money. And it is not easy.
Yeah.
And I've had friends who have worked for many, many years, and they don't even have health insurance right now. I don't know what's going on, but times are changing. The times they are a changing. Who sings that? Paul Simon, maybe?
Bob Dylan. Just kidding.
It
What
is.
is it?
It is.
No way.
It is Bob Dylan. Unbelievable.
Come
This
on
guy.
now, baby.
Entertainment.
Entertainment, baby. So maybe enough with the doom and gloom.
Yeah. Have I been too doomy? Jeez.
I wanted to laugh more with you, man.
What do you want?
I'm asking all these deep
Yeah,
questions.
so a guy walks into a bar. No, I don't know. I'll give you what you want, man.
No. This is great. Anything that happens here is amazing. What do you feel like some of like the most maybe like highlights of your career been? Some cool moments, some people you've talked to, some hangs you've had. Like what are some kind of stuff that sticks out? Because you've done some crazy stuff.
Yeah, man. I'm covered the Olympics in Russia.
I feel like a lot of this stuff I probably don't even know
In
either.
Sochi.
Dude.
Yeah, so
That's
you go.
crazy.
Yeah, and it's like super regimented. Like you're gonna go here, they're gonna pick you up, and you can't leave the hotel room. And that was just because it was Russia, right? But Super Bowls, 3 or 4 on the field. Anything live is crazy. My dream was to be on the Today Show. I got to do that consistently for 10 years. Just was back on with them last week too, so still contributing with them. When you show up, like imagine whether it's a sporting event or something, like as a kid and you want to do that. Like I showed up at Rockefeller Center in New York, and I would like be behind there's the glass there. I don't know if you've ever walked by the Today Show, but like they're in front of the glass doing the thing. You're behind the glass. And I was like, I want to do that. And then like it starts happening and you're doing it and you're like in a routine and you're meeting your heroes, but then you're working with your heroes and then you're just hanging out with your heroes. It's crazy. Like I think of Julia Roberts. I was so hyped to interview Julia Roberts.
That's sick.
America's Sweetheart. And then I flew all the way there and I got one question because she was doing Broadway and it was boom, boom, boom. She was going down the line. There was like 4 of us. And I was like, I saw you hugging your husband, Danny, right when you got off stage. what did he say to you? And she just looks at me and she goes, I'm not telling you. I don't even know you.
No.
And then she went to the next person.
No
And I'm like, that's the soundbite I get to go back to LA. I was like, I'm going to be fired, you know? And then fast forward to, I think we just had a good interview the second time around. And then she's like, I want to do interviews with Jason moving forward. So then she would like get on my case about my relationships. And she's like, who's dating you now? You know, that type of thing. And you just kind of, it's a whirlwind. George Clooney, Will Ferrell, like every major star and human. But then you realize I got to start this really cool Bible study. That was the thing I'd be really probably most proud of. And as that grew from 10 people to like 100 and we start meeting consistently, and then some of these people that you end up interviewing start coming like every week on a Wednesday.
Right. That's crazy.
And you start seeing like, oh, well, these celebrities are actually human beings that have feelings and a heart.
Right.
And you start seeing them on a more human like wavelength. It allowed me, I think, personally to interview differently, not be so antsy or nervous, and get deep in a way that was respectful and not too much, and kind of just put it in a different gear for me.
Right.
Still to this day, I'm still getting to do it, you know. Dabble in golf now. Have a golf show.
It's beautiful.
We're looking to do a season 2 right now, so you know, hanging out with all the PGA Tour stars, and it's been great, man. I'm unbelievably thankful. Still living the dream. I was in Denver last week for the Today Show, and I started doing this thing right before the lights go on. And I'm not just saying this to be like, this is what you should do, but I started doing it, and it's such a cool thing to do. There's no joke, there was a good 40 people behind the scenes because it was a big shoot and there was executives and all this stuff. And I was like, before we get going, like no one was talking to me, and I just like looked at every camera and I was like, the lights, and I'm like, dude, I've been from 12 to 44 years old. I was like, thank you, God, I still get to do this, and I still am in love with it. It gets me hyped. I still get butterflies in a good way. Not the unnecessary nerves early on when I was overthinking everything and writing too many notes down. I'm like, you're good. You know it. You're good. Just be in the moment. So, that's why I still love it. I think that's why it feels like still a win for me.
That's beautiful. I just watched Notting Hill the other day for the first time, too.
Yeah, what'd you think?
It's like incredible.
Something to it, huh?
I'm just a girl.
Few tears or?
Oh no tears. No tears, but it was an incredible. I'm a huge rom-com guy.
Okay.
And that made it in the top 3 for sure.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, it's an absolute classic.
I think that's a safe bet. Top 3.
I feel like when you were saying like, okay, you're meeting your heroes, and now like, you know, Julia Roberts is like, oh, I just want to work with Jason. I love his interviews, blah, blah, blah. Like, what do you think it is that maybe provokes those people to be so inclined to want to spend time with you and actually like hang? And because the reason I ask, well, obviously you're charming and handsome and charismatic and all those. This is
the hard
things.
One to answer, but keep going.
Because like that is one of the most fulfilling things about this for me is like a lot of my friends now, you know, it might have been off of just an email that we sent their team, and then next thing you know, they're hopping on the podcast, and then it's like, oh, we're actually friends now. You know what I mean? And that's been so fulfilling to me because I just love people, man. And so I don't really care about like what you can get me or whatever. Like I never really have. But when you start hearing that, like you were talking about, like you start like, oh my, this person is a human. They have a heart. They have a soul. You know, they're doing their best, and lets you see their humanity. And, you know, I often find myself just starting to naturally care about them, obviously, when they get like that deep with you or whatever. And so that's been one of the most fulfilling things for me about this has just been like the relationships that have come from it. And a lot of people who I would have like been like, oh yeah, it's just going to be an interview and then that's going to be it. You know what I mean? And like, maybe I think, I don't know, they're untouchable in a way or whatever. And so maybe a better question is, what value do you think you added to maybe their life that made them want to be around you more?
Wow, that's a great question, my friend.
I've been taking notes from you, you know?
I might not have a profound answer
No,
for you.
no, off the cuff, like, because how many interviews do these people do, you know?
They do a lot.
Yeah.
They do a lot for sure. And a lot of it is junkets and premieres, where these press junkets, you're getting 2-3 minutes with them. We would usually get 6 or 7, but sometimes I would like to do the long form ones, so we call them offshoots. So I'm like, can we just get an offshoot? And then you get, 30 minutes or an hour. They're rare. They're harder to book, but I like to get that time because it's more personable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I just feel like once I kind of calm down, you can always tell when an interviewer is earnest, nervous, whatever the adjective is.
Yeah.
And I get it. Trust me, I was all of those things early on. It doesn't mean that you're not good. It just means that you're a little wet behind the ears.
Yeah.
And I just felt like something clicked after a while, and I still relate it back to becoming friends with some of the people that I was interviewing,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing like they go through a lot of the same stuff I go through. Their days look very similar to my days. Yes, they may jump on a bigger stage than me, or, fill in the blank. But it helped me see the human side of them, and it just, I don't know, I think I just kind of lock in with people, and I have like a connection. Like going back to Rich, I'm like, I knew he was going to be my best friend immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I knew when I first met you, I was like, man, I want to be here for him, and I have felt like a connection to you.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
I just describe it as genuine, and I'm thankful for it. And I think when it happens, it's kind of hard to pinpoint and put words behind it.
Yeah.
But when people have that trust, you can't pay for something like that.
Yeah.
And I think it's really helped. It's really helped in my career, even beyond interviewing people in business, like where it's like, I don't have to sit you down if I'm trying to do something with you. Like I did something out of my comfort zone the other day. We just moved here, like we've been saying. And there's a few people that I've met at church, happen to be fathers. I'm new to this area in Malibu. And I was like, hey, do you guys want to just come over and we'll have dinner, and I want to get to know you more.
Yeah.
Usually it's easier to just get some of your old friends together and laugh. But I still started feeling some of those like, I feel like, am I going to be funny enough and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
But these are all separately guys who have done very well in business. And I never had to say anything throughout the entire night like, hopefully you don't feel like, I need anything from, your clothing line or from your business.
Mm-hmm.
It just is just a natural like, hey, we're here for each other. You don't need anything from me, and vice versa. Safe space. I have no idea if I'm rambling or if that answered your question, but I feel like it's a kind of a God-given like meter that you can just read people
Mm-hmm.
pretty well, and you have like a basic understanding of, hey, you're good with me, you're safe with me, and vulnerability will present itself.
Yeah.
And you just kind of feel in the pocket together.
Yeah.
Sorry if I don't have anything better for you.
No, that's amazing. And I feel like something you do well too is like, because I feel like with a lot of the people that you're around, they're constantly being approached and talked to because of their success. And so they just naturally, I feel like, build up this wall of like, I don't want to let anybody in because they just want something from me.
Right.
Which I feel like, when I hang out with you and talk with you, it's like, no, you don't want anything. You just genuinely care. And I feel like that's what I've noticed with some of the people who are whatever, successful, known, blah, 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 who cares. But if you actually just genuinely care about them, they're not used to that.
Totally. And you know your intentions going into it.
For sure.
Yeah, I want to be friends with this person because I want tickets, or
Yep.
I want merch, or I want this, that, or the other. I actually don't need anything
No.
from you. And until you kind of have a self-check of why do I want to be friends with this person?
Mm-hmm.
And if you can say to yourself, hey, this is truly genuine, I feel like you'll just be you'll be off to the races in that friendship.
Yeah.
But then things will reveal themselves when your intentions shift and you become an expert. So I just know immediately, does someone need something from me? And I am continually polite, but then I'm like, I put you over here
Mm-hmm.
and you're not coming this close to me. You can get like a little close
Yeah.
and that's not a mean thing and I'll be kind and loving to you,
Of
but I
course.
see it.
Yeah.
So you stay over here.
Yeah.
And then if you come over here and you're my little safe cocoon, or the tree of trust, as Will Ferrell said in
Right.
whatever movie that was.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
They go in therapy, and he and his wife are about to get a divorce, and he's like, "Are we in the tree of trust?" And she's like, "Yes." And he's like, "So I want to do all these." And he's, "Are we not in the tree of trust still?" And the movie is called. Dang it!
I can't help you, man. I got nothing.
You're not a Will Ferrell fan?
No, I love Will Ferrell, but I don't know if I've seen this one.
Old School is the name of it. Just came to me. You haven't seen Old
Wait,
School?
is that with Vince Vaughn?
Yeah, of
Yes.
course. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
It's called
I
the Tree
have
of Trust.
Tree of Trust. I have seen that. I
So,
don't remember that.
Sometimes you can't get in my tree of trust. So, yeah, and it's like in general, whether it's business, friendship, anything, it's like that will serve you so well. Just check your intentions.
Mm-hmm.
Check your intentions at the door.
Yeah. Yeah, I've found a lot of people like questioning like, how do you know these people? How do you have so many friends? Blah, blah, blah. And I feel like for me it goes to that. It's all about the intention. Like, dude, I'm not trying to get anything from anybody, you know what I mean? I can fall victim to that, like
Right.
anybody, especially when you're around a lot of stuff. It's like, yeah, I do want free stuff, or I do want to go to this thing, you know what I mean? But it's like a constant heart check of like, no, actually I just want to be genuine and like add value to this person's life. And,
Totally.
you know what I mean?
And half the time they're gonna send you the free stuff.
Exactly.
anyways.
That
It's
stuff
like,
is all
I mean, like, all right, send it, bro, if you want. I don't
Yeah.
need it, but if you want to send more stuff, I'm just gonna end up giving it away.
right, right.
But some of the stuff I will use.
Of course.
But having said that, I do need pit passes to Forest in, I believe, Miami.
Okay. I'm gonna see him tomorrow, so I'll get right on that.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, that's great, bro. What else should we talk about, man?
Tell me, man. It's your show.
Man, I'm having so much fun. What do you think Benny's thinking
I
about
think
right
he's
now?
out like a light.
He is out like
We got to cut 6 pounds from him.
He's
and
getting
it's
a
a tough
little-
thing. Yeah, we've
Really?
been overfeeding, and my wife, she gives him a bone every day. Now, bones are supposed to be treats, and treats are supposed to be what? Surprises. And
Right.
surprises are
Rewards
supposed to be
for good behavior.
correct. And you can't be a good boy every single day, although you may be. But you
Right.
can't, like, when does it stop being a surprise or a reward
Yeah.
or a treat? She's
Becomes
given-
something
yeah.
you expect now.
Yeah, and if about the size of this mic, she's giving these bones, maybe about like more like this big, but about this length, if
right,
you will.
Right.
And he's put poundage on, and dogs are not supposed to be, overweight, because that could be, heart issues. And if my guy goes, you're probably, I don't want to get too dark again on your show, but it's gonna be a long season. For
It's
me.
gonna be a bad day.
Yeah. So at this point, I think he's just hungry, and he's probably thinking about a bone or two right now.
Right. We need to get him on a little peptide stack or something.
Yeah. Are you seeing anybody?
You mean like dating?
Yeah.
Of course I am. Yeah.
You talked about it already?
I've alluded to it a
Mm.
little bit on the podcast. I think last time I was in LA, I alluded to it, which was probably like February.
What's the hardest part about dating when you're 28 years old?
Man, that's a great question. Well, she's amazing,
Mm-hmm.
so that's helpful. I think for us right now, which by the time this video comes out, we'll
Be married.
in Jesus yeah, be married. I'm proposing. Actually, we've been dating for 4 months. Yeah, by the time this comes out, we'll be official boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't even know what that means.
I think it's
official.
important to establish. We were talking a little bit about this before we started recording that.
Yeah.
Do you say something? Like, I said something to my wife. She wanted, my girlfriend at the time, she it was like this dream scenario. We were not too far from here running on the beach.
Yeah.
And there was like dolphins, and she was waiting for me to kiss her, and I didn't do anything because I just didn't know.
Right.
Like, I wasn't sure, but I think old school is still in.
Yeah.
Not the movie we were just talking about, but just in general, old school, just being a gentleman.
Yeah.
Being a young lady.
Right.
And I think you do. I think the idea of like, hey, are you ready to... Are you ready for a relationship? Because I would love for you to be my girlfriend. I think, man, there's something to that. I
No,
would
I
like
agree.
someone to say that to my daughter.
Right.
It's,
Yeah, that's good to know
Yeah.
too. Yeah, I think that's definitely. I mean, old school is definitely in for sure. And God help this next generation. We gotta.
what are they gonna do? Hey, can you jump on a TikTok live? And what we'll do is we'll battle, and then when I get a galaxy, then I'm going to ask if you're my girlfriend.
Right. When I get enough roses.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
That's exciting, man.
No, I'm stoked, bro. It's amazing. It's gonna be great. We're gonna be down in Newport. It's gonna be beautiful. I'm gonna grab some flowers after this on the way down.
Where are you thinking? You're gonna go to Whole Foods? You're gonna do like a small boutique?
I was gonna ask you. So for Valentine's Day, we were hanging, and I went the boutique route.
Mm-hmm.
Got a custom kind of spread with all of
Mm-hmm.
her favorite things.
Like
So-
a charcuterie board?
Yeah, her favorite meat and cheese arrangement.
That's not good for a date because sometimes that could disrupt the gut.
Yeah, no, we're not.
Like,
We're
so
gonna
you
stay
know.
away from that for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, no, I'll probably grab some flowers on the way down, and then probably just rip it today, make it official, man. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's
why
been-
not?
it's
Why
been-
waste
yeah,
time?
No, I for sure. I mean, she's a great girl.
Do you want to do it now on speakerphone?
Yeah, I'll FaceTime her right now. We'll do it live.
JT wants to date you. We'll do it live.
I knew you would know that reference. I knew it.
I'm glad that you do. Makes me
yeah.
happy.
Oh yeah.
Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah, but I think going back to your question, hardest thing. Well, for us, we're long distance. So I live in Virginia. She lives in East Tennessee. I think that's probably the hardest thing right now, especially like in the kind of first stages,
Mm-hmm.
because you're not getting a lot of like in-person, touch points and whatever. So thank God we have FaceTime now, because I'm hearing all these stories from back in the day, even Rich in DC, hopping on the phone, whatever. And I was actually talking to her parents too, and they were long distance.
Yeah,
and
we were long distance too. Long.
Really?
Yeah, she was in Texas. I was in LA.
Oh,
made
no
no sense
way.
what we were doing. No sense.
That's
But it made all the sense in the world.
all at the
Yeah.
same. Yeah. But they were telling me stories like they would like get a camcorder and just like video their days, and then when they would finally get to hang out in person, they would just like go
This
through
is
the
what you
camcorder.
missed. Type
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I know. Now they have
Oh,
all of
man.
that
Yeah.
footage, you know what I mean? Which is so really sweet. But yeah, I think that's probably the hardest thing.
I got another one for you when you're done.
Yeah. I think like the flip side, I'm always, glass half full guy. But I think the flip side too is like obviously, hopefully you're attracted to the person. So I think like for me in relationships, like sometimes I can catch myself, getting caught up in like the physical, not even inappropriate, but just like, if we're together all the time, we're just going to sit here and watch a movie and cuddle or whatever. And like, you're missing out on getting to actually know the person. And so I think that's the cool side of maybe being long distance is like, all we got is conversation, you know what I mean? So it's like, we're talking about this, that, and the third, and actually getting to really know each other. So I think that's like the cool part of it. But yeah, and then of course, like, not to keep saying in today's day and age, but like social media and all that stuff, comparison, insecurities, like those are all real things I think in dating today. Because we're just bombarded by so much, and it's like, I'm not good enough, or I don't look like that, or blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying she's saying that. I'm saying just me speaking. You have so many other options. You're literally stunningly beautiful. Like, what do you, whatever, all those things. So I think that would be the other maybe, like, it's not a difficult thing, but other whatever you want to call it.
Mogging.
Yeah, I'm getting out-mogged, you know what I mean? In my head. But
Bro, that's That's crazy though. If you think you're the most charming, likable human. I feel like you guys are going to be a great match.
No, I think so too. I'm excited about it, and we'll get to hang in OC, as you locals call it.
Will
this
you have
week.
her on the pod?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good interview.
I think so too.
Because you can get it. I like interviewing people I know, or dating's even an extra plus because sometimes you can just ask questions that you may not know the answer to, or
For sure.
it just kind of feels weird to ask a general question that you probably should have known for years if you've known someone for a little while.
Right.
But you can get away with asking anything on a podcast because it's just kind of like all the rules are out the door,
For
and you
sure.
really can get to know someone. So
Yeah.
I like to interview friends.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. Which has been fun about starting this is like, I don't have some big organization attached to my name, so it's like just me hitting up the homies at first,
What are you going to do about it?
What are you going to do about it?
How are you dealing with starting a podcast and not getting too caught up in the likes and the views and all those things? Because I started one with my wife where we do live therapy.
I saw that,
and,
it's beautiful.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
It's, in the beginning when you're so used to, I put a lot into content. I edit all my own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
For the podcast, I have a buddy of mine helping me out with it. But I definitely still am like all about the numbers and it's important and what kind of momentum, the insights, the metrics. How do you not let that win the conversation?
Yeah, I think it's a constant heart check for me, for sure. Probably daily, to be honest. Especially, like you're saying, in the beginning stages. Like, I want this to work, of course. You know what I mean?
Is Jason going to be too old for my demographic? Will this get 400 views?
Right.
You thought about it. It's okay.
It's possible, but I literally don't care in the slightest.
I was just waving at the camera.
Oh. There's somebody back there.
It's my neighbor, Byron.
Byron. Shout out Byron.
It's hard. It's hard though, right? Like
It
you
is.
think about that. Obviously, you want it to succeed, but then you can overthink it.
Yep.
But finish what you were saying, because I'll be like the older, mature adult that I'm supposed to be, and then tell you something that helped me.
Yes, please. I can't wait for that. I think for me, it everything you're saying. You want it to be successful. And obviously, when you get practical and realistic, it's like, okay, if I want this to be like my main thing, it needs to work so I can make money and pay my bills. You know what I mean? At the basis of it. But, I think for me, a really cool experience happened right at the beginning. The first episode I put out with Forrest. He's just a small indie artist you guys probably haven't heard of. I love you, Forrest. But so obviously I was stoked about that because I was like, dude, my first episode, this is awesome. Like, so grateful, so thankful. He's another person who has like seriously believed in me and helped me kind of take this leap of faith. But so I was stoked about that. I knew it was going to do well. It's impossible to do anything with him and it not do well. But so we did that podcast after the last show of his tour, and it happened to be in Tampa, Florida, which is where I'm from. And I'm on tour. It's a couple weeks before this show. At this point, I know this podcast is happening, so I'm like stoked. I'm looking forward to it. And my sister hits me up, who I have 2 nieces. She has 2 daughters, and they're incredible, and super close with them. They, used to live in Illinois. Now they live in Florida. I get to see them when I go home. It's amazing. And they, the oldest one, Gentry, she's 6, and she recently gave her life to Jesus and loves Jesus and started being obsessed with Forrest. And I did not know this. And so my sister hits me up and she's like, hey, Dad told me that you're on tour with Forrest. The girls are obsessed with him, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I end up getting them tickets to the show. They come, they have the best time. And so I have Forrest on the podcast. I share with Forrest this story about my nieces and just what an impact his music has had on their life and in their home. And then the episode comes out, it circulates in the family group chat, and a lot of my family on my dad's side doesn't know the Lord, and so they're sitting here watching this podcast because I mentioned my nieces in front of their favorite artist, you know what I mean? And my family starts reaching out like, this was beautiful, blah blah blah. And so to answer your question, what helps me not get obsessed with the numerical success is the impact on the hearts of people who are watching. And in this case, what really brought me down to my knees, if you will, and thankfulness was that this Christian podcast is having an impact on my family. And so I think that's really what keeps me grounded. I don't know if you want to say that, but I try to keep that at the forefront. Just impact of, yeah, maybe I put out a podcast and it did get 400 views, but I got this DM of this kid who said, dude, I've been wanting to do this, and like watching your episodes has really impacted me, and like now I'm going to start my own podcast, or just stuff like that has kind of been happening all the time. And so if all this was to impact somebody in my family or inspire a younger guy to start doing his dream, like that's honestly enough for me.
And this is what you call wise beyond your years.
I don't know about that.
I know about that.
But it's just to say I don't struggle would be a absolute lie, because dude, it happens all the time.
Of course.
It happened the last podcast I put out, which was with our brother Aiden. Like,
numbers all right?
No, yeah.
Call him.
The one of them like, you know, went pretty crazy, and some amazing people that we all know and love were commenting on it and blah blah blah, and I could feel myself start getting like puffed up, like, oh yeah, like I did that, you know what I mean? And then it's like, wait a second, man,
right?
Like that's not why we're doing it. And so anyway, yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
I felt the same way and still do when we do the marriage podcast, and was having one of those moments of like, do we do more? You know, I just started my YouTube, so I've got way more people that care about what we do on Instagram and stuff like that, and put more time and attention into that. So YouTube's kind of like a slow burn, and you just got to be more patient with it. And this couple stopped me at church randomly when I felt like I was kind of in the weeds, and they were like, hey, can we just say, you know, we want to introduce ourselves, and we just say, like, we just listened to your last episode and really helped us in our marriage. And they were saying the kindest things, and I'm like, dude, this is why you do it.
Yep.
Don't worry about the views. I know you're going to think about it all the time. I know you're going to worry about the link clicks. Yeah. But maybe that's just because we're perfectionists, and, you know, we want everything to be perfect, and we want it to be entertaining. But there are real humans watching it with real problems, and they want to be entertained, yes, but they also really can be moved by your guests, by you, the host. And that is an unbelievable gift to have the keys to. So
yeah,
well said. I'm proud of you, man.
No, I'm just trying to be like you, man. That's it.
Get out of here.
No, it is really just a blessing. Even too, like, my prayer time in the morning is always in the shower. Might sound weird, but it's just where I connect with God
wherever.
the right off the get go in the morning. And do you know Bryce Crawford?
Yeah, I don't know him personally, but I obviously know him.
Yeah. I had him on the podcast, and I was like asking him about his, you know, Bible reading routine, and he got a waterproof Bible and reads it in the shower.
Of course he did. Why not just get a Ziploc bag? That'd be hard, yeah.
You can get them on Amazon.
Sure
they do exist. No, but I was in the shower this morning just praying, and I was just like, dude, even the fact that I'm like out here and like, bro, I literally could not be out here if it wasn't for people who believed in me. My brother Adam, who lives in Santa Monica, I hit him up like last week, and I was like, bro, I'm gonna be out here, got some work, got some hangs, like, could I stay at your house? He's like, yes, bro, like, take my car, like, that's the car I'm driving. Like, I just wouldn't be able to do this without people who seriously believed in me and are like making a way for it to happen. And so I was just in the shower this morning at his house, just like overwhelmed with gratitude, because like what we get to do is just so crazy, and like we're sitting here on your back porch in Malibu. Like, life's good, bro. You know what I mean? And I don't know how I pay for anything or get anything accomplished other than obviously the grace and mercy and faithfulness of the Lord, and then people who, you know, genuinely care about me. So I think that also too, it's like if you just pause for just 2 seconds and just zoom out in life, be like, dude, we got it good. You know what I mean? No matter
bro.
what you're doing.
You're getting me hyped. Where do you go next in terms of flight? Who are you interviewing? Do you know?
So tomorrow I go down to hang with Forrest.
Okay.
So that'll be great.
Episode 2?
Episode
Round
2?
two?
Round 2. We're going to try to do one like every quarter.
Okay.
So we'll see. Those were his words, not mine.
That's great.
Anytime I get to hang with him is amazing. But and then, dude, there's these 2 guys in Huntington Beach. They are together, an artist called Co-Like.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, they're the 2 dopest kids. Their music is insane, bro. They are like so talented, so creative. They're part of that whole kind of scene down there in OC, kind of like with the circuit riders and stuff like that, but their sound is so new and fresh. And so we're working on something with them. Hopefully we'll get to do that episode, because that'll be super fun. And other than that, bro, I really don't have anything else kind of on the schedule right now. So
well, next time you come to LA, or of your choosing, whether it's LA or anywhere you go, I'm going to pay for your plane ticket.
Stop.
I'm going to pay for your hotel.
No.
Sorry. That's what I get for working with Jimmy Darts, man. This guy's the greatest ever. He does it every single day. I'm like, bro, it's not that big of a deal to get someone's plane ticket. I understand, but it's
Yeah.
like more behind of like, I would love to support what you're doing. My boy is here.
Bro,
And the best time
the
ever.
best time
Can I tell you
ever.
what I'm
What's
doing?
up, brother?
Riv, say hi to Mr. JT.
How are you, buddy?
Give him nuts.
Boom.
So I was just telling JT, I want to support what he's doing. So whether he flies back out here to interview someone that is yet to be booked, I want to pay for your plane ticket. I want to pay for your hotel and your car, your gas, all your expenses, just to knock out a couple episodes, whatever I can do.
Bro.
And that's easy for me to do. I'm thankful, but just know that I'm with you, and I think people will keep doing that, and you will continue to have the answers that this is exactly where God wants you. Does that sound good to you?
Hey, how are you? That sounds amazing, dude. Thank you so much.
What do you say about that, bub?
Can we say on it?
Yeah. Say, buddy, I'm proud of you, JT.
I'm proud of you, JT.
And
Oh.
the Kennedys are always going to support you. Know that, okay?
Let me go back
Bro.
in time.
Okay, I'll fine. I'll
Okay.
Fine. Go back inside. I love you.
Uh-oh.
That's okay.
Stanley's
That's my
down.
Stanley. It's fine. I'm a housewife. Okay, see you, best bud.
Oh, man. Thank you
That's
so
why
much,
I have
bro.
kids.
Yeah,
right there.
exactly.
Because they're just cute and adorable and change your life. But all that to say, bro, can't not do that. So
Thank you, man.
you're going to just keep having momentum everywhere you go. I mean it. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, bro. That means literally the world. I can't thank you enough. Even if you never did a thing. Just
Well,
our
I'm doing it,
relationship
so
and our friendship.
You just
is,
literally send me the invoice and I'll pay it right on the spot.
bro, you're the
Apple
man.
Pay, what do you want to do? Venmo, you say.
Right, whatever. Well, I love you, bro. Thank you. This has been so fun, dude.
Love
Did you have
too.
fun?
I had the best time.
All right, good.
Feel comfy, safe, and that is a rare environment to be in interviews. So that's a testament to you, and I know you'll keep doing it and making people feel the same way. I love you, dude.
I love you, brother.
Thanks, man.
You're the man.